The pain continues as I trudge my way through the 5th episode of Ironheart. This one's titled Karma's a Glitch. I have covered this entire miserable series from front to back so far, and after this, there's just one episode remaining. I can't wait for it to be over. If you find yourself enjoying these salty recrap videos, please subscribe to Adam Does Movies on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. That way you'll see all the movie reviews, occasional TV coverage, and live streams I put out every single day at this point. It's pretty wild stuff. We open with AI Natalie chilling on the rooftop, watching that stupid Friends Forever video we saw at the beginning of the first episode. But look out! She's interrupted by nails. Shot out of a cannon pulls her down from the rooftop. She kidnapped Natalie. I mean, she actually just captured the suit, unaware that there's an AI controlling it. She'll find that out later. Riri is having a nice meal with Gurkel. Previously, in the last episode, I called her Femcul, which is a combination of female and Urkel, but a smarter person than me, basically anyone that comments on my channel, said, Adam, sir, she came to me, of course, with tears in her eyes, as they often do, you really should call this person Gurkel, it rolls off the tongue better, and I said, hey, you just stop talking, I'm taking it, and so I did. Her name is Gurkel now going forward. Gurkel and Riri are going over this cloak one more time, this hooded figure that's answering to a chilling demon from another dimension called Dormammu. Dormammu. Dumb name. Pressing on. Oh, snap! The Bash sisters have entered the chat. Hood sent his henchwomen in to escort Riri out of the White Castle she's now in. Yes, Queen, the Ironheart logo shows up on the fry box. That's great. I love when they do these logo reveals. It's the best part of my day. And might I just add, White Castle is the perfect fast food chain to represent this show because they're both absolute ass. That's right. I'm throwing shade at White Castle. Come at me. All right, a fight commences between Riri and the Bash sisters, and she starts kicking their ass, which makes sense. She's like an 85-pound soaking wet little girl that has no experience fighting, but I mean, she is from Chicago, so that's fair. But these two, that's their whole thing, is they're awesome fighters, and she's working them over pretty harshly, although eventually they do get the best of her, until they don't again, because beep, she activates her swatch, which is a force field. She has like a million, how many of these does she have? She just pulls them out of her ass at this point? And again, might I just add, she could make billions of dollars off of this technology. Think of the army having force fields around the soldiers or drones or planes. This woman's putting it in a watch. She can put it in anything. The sky's the limit. But no, she needs to team up with the stupid side squad and steal from people because logic? Wait, what is the plot of this show anymore? The whole point was for her to make a bunch of money so she could build a suit. She needed millions of dollars. She's already built a couple in her bedroom with a laptop. What? Anyway, Clown shows up. Oh, this bish again. Remember, Clown starts fires. That's her thing. So naturally, her name is Clown. Let's see what trouble she cooks up for our Riri this time. A fight commences. Riri naturally wins, saying a line so puzzling. It doesn't make sense at all with what she's doing. She launches Clown in the air and says, "Is this thing on?" What? It's just a well-written show. Love the writing on this thing. Let's keep going. Quick observation, short for observation. There have been several scenes in each episode of the show where the AI Natalie is out in her human form because she's a projection off of the broken chest plate on the suit, where she is completely covered. Like Riri will be standing entirely in front of the suit, yet it's not disturbing the projection at all. Make it make sense. It's really the little things that bother me, outside of the big things as well. So it's all things bother me. The two gals get in a bit of a spat, a falling out, if you will. Natalie runs and hides inside the suit. Sure hope they patch things up soon, like in the next scene, which they will. So this was pointless. Oh shit, Joe's back, embracing the Stain name. With his electrical powers and that tight buzz, he's basically Cole from Infamous, which was a video game from years and years ago. Subscribe for PlayStation exclusive references. He starts shredding Riri's suit apart. Oh! Oh, no! She spent an entire night on that! And the whole thing had cost like tens of dollars to build. Now she has to start from scratch and find herself another, checks notes, millions of dollars. What is this? He leaves her, defeated in the streets, and gives her the Simba treatment. Run away, Riri. Run away, and never return. Yeah, this is what the bottom looks like, friends. She yanks out the drive containing her friend Natalie, tucks tail, and heads home. Clown in the distance sees this whole exchange, so she knows, maybe Hood was lying. Now at home, Riri's mom does some damn parenting for once. And Riri, after 5 episodes, finally gives the real reason why she's building the suit. Because I can? Not really the most heroic thing to say, and nobody's buying that BS. No, the real reason is that drive-by shook her to her core. She lost her friend, she lost her stepdad, and so she made a vow to build a suit around her so she could fight off any further attacks. You know, since she's had several iterations of the suit and she built an AI, you would think just putting that thing into defense mode would be fine. She doesn't actually need to be in the suit. Then that way you could have it active all hours of the day. Who cares? Mom tells Riri it's time to fight back. No more running. And so she escorts her daughter to her dad's old place of work in this big garage so that she can confront the pain once and for all and remember the good times. Helping her remember is Natalie AI, who's no longer mad at her. It was just a tiff, I told you, she's back already. And she now has the capabilities to do a projection of history itself. Through a collection of memory data, she's able to recreate an entire sequence of events where little Riri is hanging out with her papa in the garage, and they slow dance for what feels like about 87 hours straight, until mercifully the projection stops. Riri finally embraces Natalie, even apologizes to how she treated her in the past, saying, she's a glitch, but she's my glitch. That's the title of the episode! We did it! Now it's time for the big reveal. Mom presents Riri with Dad's old car that he was working on for years. It's beautiful, it's shined to perfection, it purrs like a kitten. And this kind of shocked me. Because way back in the first episode, I said that Riri probably didn't really sell her dad's car for cash like she sold everything else. That was probably a lie because she has such a tough outer shell. She doesn't want to let anyone in. But we will find out later, Riri actually fixed up the car. It was sentimental. That was something she worked on with her father. She's not a total piece of garbage. She is. She's a total piece of garbage. Her mom bought the car back. With what fucking money? This car looks spendy as crap. So Mom bought the car back, had it hidden away in the shop for months, years? I don't know. She was gone at MIT for 4, so she could have bought it at some point. And she was saving it for a rainy day when Riri was at her lowest, which here we are. Back in the villain's lair, Cole informs Hood that Riri is dead. Long live the queen. Just to clarify, I'm calling Joe Cole from now on. He's Cole McGrath from Infamous. Now in a room with the entire Stupid Side squad, sans Riri, Clown confronts Hood. She had Nails look into his past, and they found out that Rampage, played by Eric Andre for 2 episodes until he wisely bailed on the show and was killed off camera unceremoniously, was killed by Hood and not Riri. Hood, you have some explaining to do, mister. He freaks out for a little bit and then he fires the entire crew. And we see them for a final time as the elevator door closes. I'd like to think, though, that elevator cable snapped and they all fell to their death off camera, much like Rampage. Gurkle's back, baby! Yeah! The ladies are gonna fight magic with magic. Z is in the house, too. Plus the little boy that sold that wagon to her. One family broken, another built. You love to see it. Oh, also, 0 cops have shown up since the events at the White Castle, where everybody had to flee, tons of damage to the property. A truck was destroyed in the middle of the road, and shrapnel from her suit was all over the floor, but no cops. Chicago might want to get their act together. All right, montage time. The family works together to build a new suit, sprinkle in a little bit of magic, and a whole lot of elbow grease. And again, all of this for $0. They're really good at pinching those pennies. What does she need all the money for? Actually, now that you think about it, Riri's mom might have built up quite the nest egg. I'd like to think, this is a conspiracy theory, of course, nothing's been confirmed, but in my headcanon it's real, that drive-by shooting that took the life of Riri's friend and her father, I'm calling it. Riri's mom was behind the whole thing. She hired an assassin to do it after having her husband finish off a sweetheart deal of a will. She then hires an assassin to go by the shop and take him out. He's quite the entrepreneur, and now he's quite the entrepreneur, and the mother gets to reap those rewards. Natalie was sniffing a little too close to home. She found out what was happening, so she had to go. And poor Riri was unfortunately in the wrong place at the wrong crime. One can certainly think. Anyway, back to Cole. Hood shows up at Cole's house and says, hey, mister, you're not walking away from this deal. I don't know why I let him leave to begin with if he was just going to be an asshole and show up at his house that same day or whenever it was. He starts puppeteering him with the power of his mind because he baked into Cole a little recipe that says Hood controls what you do when he wants you to do it. And what he wants him to do next is storm a wealthy mansion, that very same mansion he tried to break into in that flashback scene last episode with his buddy Cappy. He's back there. Cole takes out a bunch of the guards. Hood does my favorite no-look shot of the season. Just a casual walk, dead body on the ground. Keeps walking, doesn't even blink. Hood, he's so hot right now. Hood. Ding dong, motherfucker! Once inside the mansion, he confronts the owner of the establishment, who's clearly very well off, and says he wants him to sign over the property deed. He wants him to sign over all his wealth. He wants it all. The guy looks at him and says, man, you are such a disappointment. Son, scunt, done. That's right. It's Hood's father. Hood puts a gun to the old man's temple and says, you better sign this crap right now or you're dead-zo. He does sign, and he gets kicked out of his own place. Bye, Sheila. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Back in the garage. It's time to suit up again. Ironheart. Assemble. With the suit on and fully functional, Gurkle can now cast the spell to power this bad boy up. It's working! It's working! But oh no, what's happening to Natalie? She's starting to digitally fade away, like the snap's happening to her. Goodbye, my love! Vanellope is glitching! No! The magic has destroyed our Natalie. What an emotionless roller coaster this has been. All right, it's time to settle this. The table is set. The pieces are in place. There is just one more episode of Ironheart to go. If you enjoyed this recap video, I would love if you subscribe to Adam Does Movies on YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts. We have to see how this ends together. If you're on YouTube, if you could do me the extra service of hitting the notification bell, that way YouTube will put these in your feed. Like this video for the algorithm and even leave a comment below if you made it to the last episode and what your thoughts are on this complete shit show. All right, that's all I got for you. Until next time, bye, bish.